It's Dylan's KC Barbecue at 4 Valley locations. Our sports bar in Arrowhead is packed with TVs for the ultimate sports fan. Our Wildlife World Zoo location will have you on the edge of your seat, dining right next to our 60,000-gallon shark tank. Dylan's Bayou at Pleasant Harbor has never-ending sunsets, beautiful people, and live music every weekend. And our newest location, Western Trails Ranch, is 12 acres of rodeo fun and live outdoor concerts for the entire family. It's Dylan's KC Barbecue, where we're elite, unique, and memorable.
This puppet show stays on because of you fools. We've been dancing with...
Welcome to the She's So Right show. Conservative women being led by Christ to stand for what's right.
Meet your hosts, Lindsey Graham, labeled the Patriot Barbie by the leftist mob. She is a proud author and advocate for freedoms and conservative values.
Brandie Barclay is a powerful Christian voice on Faith Talk Radio, the founder of Power Soul, and a certified life coach.
Guys, get ready to say it way more than you're used to.
She's so right.
Starts now.
Freedom fighters, are you tired of giving your hard-earned money to big corporations who use their power against us? The more money we give them, the more power they have. We are done. As conservatives, the best and most effective way to vote is with our dollars.
We are also committed to shopping products that are cutting edge and toxin-free for a healthier lifestyle. Next time you need daily essentials for your home and body, or are looking to drastically improve your skincare and healthcare with superior collagen and supplements, go to www.shesorightshow.com and click Shop Our Products. Get instant access to our favorite things that will revolutionize your home, your health, and how you do business in the USA.
Use our shopping link to get $10 off your first order. Go to www.shesorightshow.com. Follow us on Instagram at shesorightshow to find all our promo codes and discounts. Hey guys, welcome to the She's So Right show with Brandie Barclay and Lindsey Graham. We are sitting here in studio, one of my favorite ways to interview people, with the one and only Kevin Jackson. Woo-hoo! Say a little something, Kevin. Come on. He's raising his hands like the rock star.
Oh, stop it, y'all. Yay, stop. Quit it. Just knock it off.
Okay, no, seriously.
Okay, wait, we got to read this expansive bio list.
Yeah, you guys wait till you hear this. You're going to listen to my voice for the next minute, so turn it off if you don't want to hear it.
No, don't. It's so good.
Stay on, because this guy, I actually am reading it before I'm reading it, and I can't believe he's sitting in our studio.
No, I know.
Dude, we're not worthy. We're not worthy.
I know, we're going to start.
All right, Kevin Jackson, the guy in front of me, serves as executive director for Seeking Educational Excellence. The goal of SEE is to end identity politics by empowering students of all ethnic backgrounds to find and pursue their vocational passions. Ending identity politics inspired Kevin Jackson to leave a career as a management consulting to the world's largest clients. Within a year of leaving his career, Kevin authored his first best-selling book, a key achievement on his road to become a political pundit and cultural force. First seen on Fox News, The Glenn Beck Show, Kevin worked with Andrew Breitbart to advance the Acorn story. Kevin appeared off and on Fox News until a few years later when Roger Ailes offered Kevin a position as a Fox News contributor. Ailes said of Kevin, quote, "You are one of the brightest political minds in America, and Fox News would like you to join the team." Yeah, someday, Brandie. Kevin worked at Fox News for 3 years, appearing as a regular on many Fox News shows, including Hannity, Megyn Kelly, Fox and Friends, and The Tucker Carlson Show. Kevin left Fox News towards the end of 2018, joining the ranks of conservative film producers like Dinesh D'Souza, creating an award-winning film, Bleeding Blue.
Love it.
We're going to talk about
Great
that.
film.
Yeah. Kevin earned his Bachelor of Science degree in electrical engineer and has additional degrees in computer science and math.
Wait a minute. And he knows like 4 languages.
Smart and cool and funny. Kevin is a patriot.
He's a unicorn.
Kevin is a fellow at the Robert J. Dole Institute of Politics. He's been called the valedictorian of the graduating class of political pundits. He delivers his opinions with humor, sarcasm, and wit in showcasing truth over lies. He is happily married to Melissa, and this couple has 4 biological sons and 4 adopted sons. Aren't you full of surprises, Kevin?
I know.
There you go. A lot in this package over here, girl.
Man, busy bee.
Dude, where do we even start?
Wow.
Okay.
Well, you know, can I just start with this? That
Okay, you start.
I went to see Bleeding Blue, and What a powerful, powerful film that was. You guys find it, download it.
What's it about?
BleedingBlueMovie.com.
Okay, what's it about?
BleedingBlueMovie.com.
It's a policing movie about telling the truth about policing in America.
Okay.
And what's funny, because Brandie's getting ready to say it, when you tell people you've made a movie and you're a conservative, they all think it's some little YouTube production that, like your fifth graders created.
Yeah.
That movie is absolutely spectacular. And if I'd been anti-cop in that movie, I'd be receiving all kinds of awards.
You got it.
I mean, it was amazing. I mean, she saw it, and I don't need to brag about it myself.
I wasn't even going to go, to be honest. Christine on Cawthron invited me. It was like, Brand, can you come to this thing? I'm like, it was kind of late. It was a weeknight. I was kind of tired, but I'm like, it's my buddy. There's popcorn there. I mean, I'm not working out.
fun.
It's real. It's pretty easy. I can sit there and watch something good. It was so good. Little did I know I was going to get on the phone with him because I was like, we got to have you on the radio. We got to get this movie seen and funded. It's amazing. So we have a phone call last week, and before that, I heard him at the Goldwater Institute where Ron DeSantis spoke last week or a couple weeks ago.
That's right, yeah.
And he closed the place out.
Yeah.
And everybody was losing their mind
Bragging about you.
because of how
She should.
hilarious. I mean, he is a conservative comedian. I called him. We talked on the phone, and I said, you are the conservative Dave Chappelle. That is who he is.
Awesome.
Why am I talking? You're here.
Yeah, you're funny.
Well,
You're
you know
way
what?
funnier than
I
Brandon.
like hearing you ladies talk about me.
Well, thank you. I know, right? I'm going to sit here while you brag about me. Go on.
All right, trust me, this is happening
on.
all over the world.
You're actually, you know what? Your headphones are starting to slip off because your head is getting so big. So we better take it down a notch.
No, so look, and here's the thing, and Brandie and I talked about this. So there's so much more to us all, outside of, the political thing. We get so caught up in who we are politically that people don't even bother to know, do you like music, and what kind of music do you like? What types of food do you like? What do you do for fun? What do you do with your kids? How many kids do you have?
Yeah.
What are their hobbies? Where'd they go to school? There's so much more to us.
Right.
And we pigeonhole ourselves as one, and this is leftism. Leftism says, here's who you are. Once I know you,
Yep.
then this is who you are, and that's it. And no, we're not. We're really talented. And, you guys read stuff on my resume. I was a kickboxer. I have 4 black belts.
That's not even in the bio.
No, I'm just telling you, it's not in the bio. I lived in
Gosh.
France. I lived in China. I've traveled to 22 countries in Africa. I could go on. I could tell you stories of having a machine gun under my neck when I was delivering my last bribe to a Nigerian chief when we were bringing a tanker of Bonnie Light crude oil back to be processed. I could tell you stories of hanging out with athletes and people that I ran track with, or people that I, fought with in China, travels, etc. We're so amazing.
Yeah.
And we have these amazing stories. I'm sitting
we
here looking
are.
at your book, Targeted, and the inside of this book is a wealth of information that gives me a little bit more about you that's beyond the superficial stuff that people want to talk about. So here's my thing. My story is this. I may not be the best at everything, but I'm going to try to be the best at everything.
Oh, you're going to have fun doing it.
Absolutely.
Have fun
And I want you to have it's one thing to have passion, but it's to have passion and learn your craft.
Yeah.
So my movie, if somebody goes to me, Kevin, this whole Ferguson thing had popped off with Michael Brown Jr., and I knew it was a lie because as we say in the black community, game, no game.
Uh-huh.
And so that means when you see somebody trying to run game, you know it, you recognize
Okay,
it.
I was like, game, no game.
Right. I know you white girls. You white girls don't know what that means.
Hey.
So game no game means that I know you when you're trying to get over. Right.
Okay.
So when they said that Darren Wilson reached his arm out of his squad car to put his hand on the neck of a 6'4", 280-pound black guy, I said that's BS.
Game, no game.
Game no game.
Game, no game.
Didn't happen. And then hands up, don't shoot. And the whole thing was debunked. And the movie focuses a little bit on that, by the way. So whether it's that or, hey, black people, we need you to go, we need to help you get a get a license. Since when?
Yeah, how dumb.
I mean, black folks been getting licenses, and my dad was a drunk. You know how he got his liquor? He showed his ID, and they gave him liquor at the liquor store. So don't tell me we don't know how to get an ID.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
insulting.
It's so insulting.
But we take this stuff on, and then we allow it to be politicized. I got asked this question the other night. I did a private event in Florida. And right after I left DeSantis, I had to fly to Florida to go do this event. And they said to me, Kevin, what is it that what do you think is the answer to politics? I said politics is very simple. They're either gonna racialize it or they're going to feminize it, or they're going to gayize it, something. But every single issue that you have, whether it's tax policy, it'll be, oh man, you're trying to mess with the rich versus the poor, so they make it class.
Yep.
If it's academic, oh well, poor black kids can't get in unless they have a fair deal. What? Black people we've been educating ourselves without white folks for millennia, if you want to count Africa. And what are we just too stupid to know what to do?
So is white, I've been dying to ask this actually, is white salvation, that's a thing? Like where a white person says, I speak for all blacks. Like for example, right now it's Joe Biden. No, they don't know how to register to vote. And the TikTok videos that came out was hilarious. Did you see all the black guys going, ooh, like, I don't know how to work a computer. It was hilarious.
It's so condescending,
they would
though.
hit it on their head, and that's how condescending it was.
No, I would have seen it.
You're here to save black people from themselves? Or
I would have seen it, but the white guy that does that stuff for me was not around.
Dude, I had this vision in my car driving here. I'm serious, not to be creepy because he's married and Brandie's married, but she has talked.
Such a creep.
She's talked. No, you.
I'm already feeling creeped out. Just
talked about you so much and how funny you are, and in my head, I can get to where I think something's so funny I can't breathe, especially things that I say because I think I'm
panicking
so funny.
a little.
But I was picturing in my
laughs
car
hard at
being
herself.
here and peeing myself and having to push the microphone away, and this is almost already happening.
I won't leave till one of you pees.
This is going to be the Brandie and Kevin show in a minute. So I'll be like, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh my gosh, no!
Oh my gosh.
Oh, we only have 2 minutes.
What?
No, we're going to break, you guys.
That. You're not supposed. You're just supposed to talk right through.
I
No,
know.
but we hate it because
But Lindsey won't be quiet.
Okay, sorry.
You're not supposed to. You're supposed to be cool, and then you time it out and everything. I don't want to tell you, hey girls, how to do your
Oh
job.
my gosh, we got Fox News anchor here telling us you're not supposed to say 2
Just to
minutes.
let you know, so
He was on-
we all know I'm a great morning person, not like, okay, we're going to start recording at 9 a.m. and I'm going, we have to change times.
Oh, we're not supposed to say that either because
Oh
we're
my
airing.
gosh.
Oh my, she's breaking all the rules.
No, I'm breaking all the rules because I come in and I'm like, okay, I'm finally, now that Kevin's here,
It's funny, yeah.
I mean, I'm waking
you're
up
like
here.
her coffee.
All right. It
Yeah.
was black coffee, baby.
You're like her mocha with whipped cream.
With a little bit of cream and a lot of sugar.
Oh, shit. Lots of sugar.
Wake you right up. Okay.
I want to talk about you when we were talking about the Unapologetically American Comedy Tour. You were kind of going there just now with how that got derailed, but you're bringing it back.
No. So the reparations comedy tour got derailed. We did.
Oh, okay.
We did 2 events, and then it was during the Michael Brown deal, and everybody got afraid, because it was a reparations comedy tour. I had 4 white guys working for me, and that was the reason why we called it that, right? That was meant to be tongue in cheek, funny. And sure enough, that got derailed. I paid for it, probably broke even. My wife says we lost a little money, but it was worth doing because it was one of the best comedy shows ever. Okay, but now we're going to be doing the Unapologetically American Comedy Tour that I'm getting some sponsorships for, and we'll put that out there.
Okay, yeah, we're going
When
to
we come back, we got to talk about that.
Yeah.
We got to get VIP tickets too. What?
No soup for you.
Hey, soup for me. Tour. Oh my gosh, so exciting.
God, we need you now. Someday, I hope you see the truth. This puppet show stays on because of you.
Patriots, freedom fighters, we're back with the fantastic conservative comedian Kevin Jackson is in the house today.
I thought you were going to say Lindsey Graham.
Oh, and Lindsey Graham, you guys.
Oh yeah, her too. She's here.
Oh, and Lindsey,
No, I don't want to talk about my weight loss.
the yin to my yang. You can't lose weight. You keep getting your lips injected.
Oh my gosh. This is why I'm losing weight. The skinnier I am, the bigger my lips look.
What
It's
lips are you
perfect.
talking about?
I don't
I know.
I don't know what she's saying, Kevin. Kevin, are my lips big? Come on.
Hey, you're asking a black dude if your
Yeah.
lips are. Your lips are beautiful. Your lips look beautiful,
Actually, if
baby.
he says they look good, I should probably worry.
She's gonna go get more lip filler, and I'm
No,
gonna
don't
have
do.
to
Don't
talk
do
her
more.
up.
Don't do
See?
more. Do not
He's
do
on my
more.
side. Even a
More.
black man says don't do more.
Oh no. No.
There are so many jokes right now, and
I know.
I'm like not even
it's
sure
tons,
how appropriate they are.
Tons. Yeah, we better at least leave those
Okay,
alone.
okay, yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about on our little break. We were talking to Kevin about how the left everything with them is either a racial issue, a gay issue, a feminist issue, a class issue, and we're talking about the whole shame in their game. Like
Well, I get asked the question, what is it, what should we, this is what a guy said to me, what should we be focused on? And I said, it's very simple, that politics on the left is either they're going to racialize it, right? I call it colorize it.
Mm-hmm.
So this kid Rittenhouse, perfect example. You want to talk about it.
Yeah.
So Rittenhouse is being called a white supremacist. Now, who did Rittenhouse shoot? 3 white guys.
3 white dudes. 3 criminals.
Now, ask yourself this question. What would this trial be if he shot 3 black guys?
Oh,
It wouldn't be
done,
happening. He'd already
over.
been convicted.
He'd be gone.
Over.
It would be
Yes,
done. And
absolutely.
same circumstances, but he'd be done, right? So all you got to do to figure out the angle is you colorize it. So he shot 3 white guys, and still he's called a white supremacist.
Right.
Now, that's not a good white supremacist if he's going around shooting the people that he's supposed to be feeling good
his
about.
buddies. Those are his peeps.
Right, those are his
Those are
peeps.
the people, yeah.
So here's the problem. The left doesn't know how to spin it. They don't. And by the way, I remember when they said, "Oh, there's a second video of," and I saw the first one. Who cares what the second video was? This kid
shows it all.
he was running for his life.
Yeah.
This trial is a farce. It never should have been seen. But the only reason why we're seeing it is because he is considered a conservative, and the left. By the way, demon leftists, Antifa type leftists who were going out doing damage. And who's the bad guy here? The 17-year-old kid who did nothing wrong.
Have you seen the cross? Have you watched the prosecutor try to, he says things like, well, why were you running towards that building? Well, there was a fire. Okay, well, what was the urgency? And Kyle Rittenhouse's face, it was a fire? It's so stupid. Someone needs to make a compilation of the faces that Kyle Rittenhouse has made to the prosecutor, because he's like, dude, you're so dumb.
Yeah. Well, and I didn't watch it. I try not to watch as much left drivel as I can, but my wife watched it and said that and she's a legal beagle, and she says the prosecutor should have been sanctioned. But that's just one example. The other is, we were talking about Hunter Biden off air, and you go, "Oh," and I don't know if you were joking or not, because I'm still debating this.
Don't. Let's not say it on the air. Don't say what I said. Just kidding.
I'm gonna totally rat you out.
Right.
have a
So,
crush
but
on-
she obviously has a crush on Hunter.
Yeah. All right, this session is over. Thanks for coming. You have a great day. We'll
So, Brandie,
pump your
anyway,
luck.
we're talking here still.
Yeah, Lindsey just got put in timeout.
Right. But no, Lindsey said, we said something. She goes, "Oh, poor Hunter Biden." And I know, it's tongue in cheek, but, poor Hunter Biden, a guy who gets kicked out of the military for drugs, gets caught in a DUI for drugs, cocaine, gets put into rehab, gets kicked out of that, can't finish it, gets out of rehab, marries his brother's widow, right? Screws around on her with a hooker / prostitute, has a baby with her, doesn't pay child support for the kid. Then he gets set up to become a mogul, right? He's got Ukraine business where he's made millions of dollars. He gets $3.5 million from a Russian oligarch's wife. He gets millions of dollars from the Chinese. He admits on camera he's working with the top Chinese spy, right? And
But Trump colluded.
Yeah.
Hello.
Trump
The bad guy
colluded,
here is Trump. Yep,
they'll do it.
always.
So when you talk about the race angle would be, I could give you a couple of angles. What if that were Donald Trump Jr.? How would we be? How would the
finished.
media?
Same thing with Kyle. It'd be over.
How would
He'd
we be handling that?
Yeah.
And if it were Donald Trump Jr., you could be guaranteed this would be a racist system because black people can't do that. Can you imagine a black man getting a deal? I mean, I could hear some congressional black circus clowns, just racializing this incident.
Yeah, he's using his white privilege and his daddy's money.
And it is. And it's white privilege, it's class privilege, it's all that. So we as conservatives, it's our obligation to go out and talk about these things. And what I do is I look at the crazy world of this stuff and I just put it into comedy.
So good.
And what I try to do with it comedically is to Chappelle-esque. And I don't even want to call it that because I'm older than Dave. I've been doing this since I was a kid.
You look fantastic.
I do, don't I?
You get Botox and filler
Black don't
like some
crack.
of us.
I get Botox in my feet, sorry. I like my feet
That's
to be
actually
smooth.
a thing. That's a thing.
Is it really?
It is. Dude, you can get Botox all over your body.
Oh my
now.
gosh,
you get it in
listen
your
to her, you
armpits
guys.
so you don't sweat. Oh, that's like
She can't even stop. She
$20,000.
can't stop.
Oh my gosh. Back to Botox. I mean,
Back to Botox.
Right. My comedy is Botox.
oh my gosh. I have
spread it
I have
out.
a whole thing around Botox.
No, so at the end of the day, I look at this crazy stuff, and what I want my comedy to be is I want it to be funny, but I want you to think. And so I say these clever little things. And here's the thing about my comedy sets. If you see it once and you think you got it, you can see it again and you'll go, I missed that. I missed this. I wasn't paying as much attention because I was still caught in this laugh.
Well, there's
rushing to
zingers
the
after
bathroom.
zingers, so you're laughing at one and he's already done 3 more.
Yeah.
Or you're running to the bathroom because you're peeing yourself.
Yeah.
Well, like what happened with Larry Elder, I think about this white woman in a gorilla suit throwing things at him. Speaking of leftist mob, calling him the new face of white supremacy. It's so next level.
Oh, yeah, it's insane.
so insane.
Oh, here's another one. What's her name? The Marine that got the
Ashley-
lieutenant governor.
Yeah,
Virginia.
that just got elected.
Oh,
yeah.
geez, I know her name too, and I
do
forget
too.
it. But anyway, she wins a
oh, yeah.
black lady
AR.
wins a statewide election
Yeah.
in Virginia, and they call her the black face of white supremacy, right? And that's Michael Eric Dyson. He loves doing that. He's an idiot. He's a PhD that, quite frankly, has the intellect of a 5th grader. But he's all over the place, and he says the same thing about any black that dare speak out. See, I would go to battle with him, and I would crush that clown. He would never say something like that again once I got through with him.
There was an article, and of course I can't find it right now, but it's Winsome, Governor Winsome.
Yeah,
Yes.
Winsome Sears.
There was an article out on mainstream media that said, the caption was, why white supremacists are still taking their votes to the polls for black
Yeah,
politicians.
I saw that.
Like, you're still a supremacist, even though you voted in a black governor. You're still
Well, I tell you guys,
racist.
all politics comes back to race,
Yep.
class, etc. That's
Perfect example. Yeah.
It's such a low level argument.
It is.
All of
well,
it.
And the reason that they're going so low level is because they're running out of content. Like you can only call the same people racist so many times before.
Well, and
like,
that's why they're getting their
new.
butts kicked. And you're looking at poll numbers for Biden at 38%, which, by the way, is still, I think he's lower.
I do too.
And
Yeah.
poll numbers.
That's CNN is saying it. Cut that in half.
Oh, yeah. I probably take it down 5-6 points. He's barely over 30.
Right.
But here's the other dirty little secret. He was never anywhere close to 40. Never.
No.
I mean, it's been a big cheat. So look, I love this analysis, and I love when we get we can make fun of it. I really do, and that's
You have to.
That's where my specialty
If you
is.
can't, you're
We would
crying
go
or
mad.
laughing sometimes, right? Laughter is medicine.
If you take them too seriously, we would all just be so depressed. So the best we can do is laugh at them.
Like I'm laughing at you two right
Hey, why?
now because you like Hunter Biden.
Oh,
Crush, you got to
Poor
crush.
Hunter.
Admit it.
poor
Just admit it.
Hunter.
Just using him for his crack.
I hope you see the truth. This puppet show says
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the She's So Right show with Brandie Barclay, Lindsey Graham, and today, Kevin Jackson.
Hello, white people.
He's
Hello.
Are you saying we don't have black listeners? So racist.
That's right. You do.
98.4%
I
of
do
our
remember that
listeners.
one guy. Yep. I do. Yep.
that one guy.
gosh,
it was
that one
you.
guy.
Remember what I said when I introduced the thing? I said, "Hey, white people," and I said, "And all the black people that I met yachting."
Oh my gosh, so fun. Yachting. Well,
If there's any question, Kevin is black, so this is not
Totally
racist.
black. 79%, according to my ancestry DNA.
Oh, what's the rest? The rest of you is racist. 31% of you is
That's the
racist.
conflict within. Yeah,
This is why he's a conservative.
yeah. 11% Irish,
Okay.
Black Irish, of course, and 10% Norwegian.
Oh, interesting.
Sven. My middle name is Sven.
So no Russian, though? Because you
No
do a
Russian.
killer Russian
no
accent.
Russian, unfortunately. No.
Oh, my gosh.
No Russian.
He does a great Hunter Biden crack.
speak Mandarin for 3
thing.
seconds.
Ni hao. Xie xie, tan tin chi han hao.
Is this true?
Yes.
You're not making that up? It's not scripted?
No.
No.
What? Okay.
Yes.
Let's just do this whole next
Smarter than he
segment
looks.
Just list all your talents. Go. A to Z.
Oh no, I'm not going there. You don't have enough.
Jay is
This is
Jetson.
only a 6-minute segment.
Oh, we don't even have time for that right now.
Oh, my gosh.
Kidding?
So, Linz, do your Jetsons. Do it.
Oh, so
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
supposed to do it on the air. The pressure.
That's so good.
Do Snow White real quick.
That's really good.
There's too much talent in the studio for me.
Right. Yeah, Brandy's
This
got to
is
go.
of all the
So
things.
we were in the break, and by the way, Jeremy should just record what we
break.
do, and then you guys could cut it. But at least it's some great B-roll if you want to do something after the fact. Because I'm
He's our
funny
new
on air.
manager. Kevin is he's
new
applying
manager.
for our new manager.
I'm funny on air, but we are funnier off air.
Wait till he hears what we pay.
To be honest. Yeah, right. I've already got those kind of
We are
jobs.
funnier off air. Darn it, you guys aren't there to hear how funny we are when we're not on the air.
We're gonna be live on YouTube and Facebook and all that soon, and then you guys get to hear the outtakes. Which
Yeah, that would. And I'm saying that's the stuff that people are going to eventually want to get, right?
the good stuff.
So we were talking about the movie Hollywood, right? My movie, bleedingbluemovie.com. And so what happened, and the reason why I did what I did is because I'm a problem solver. My career when I left, my degrees are in electrical engineering, computer science, and math, and I designed computers. And then when I left that, I went into management consulting. Well, I sold IT services, and then I was finally a management consultant. So I was flying all over the world, meeting with the largest companies, talking to CEOs about, solving multi-billion-dollar problems. And when I got into this industry, I said, we got a massive problem. As conservatives, number one, our messaging stinks. We don't know how to message and market. We put our messaging in control of people like Zuckerberg, who hate us, Sergey Brin, all these guys, Bill Gates. They're completely antithesis to what the antithesis of what we want.
Yeah.
And I said, you better wake up. And I went to all these guys and said, you better do this. All the largest media outlets of conservatives in the country. And they all looked at me like I had three heads. So when I did my movie, it's a typical movie like anybody else in Hollywood. I want to get it made. So we did it, independently produced. And we went to distributors. And they go, so one of them says, well, you got to have $2 million. I said, I'll get you $2 million.
Oh.
Because I had a friend of mine, very wealthy guy, who would have done it just to
spite him.
to put their faces in his crotch,
$4 million.
Yeah, and so they go, oh, well, no, that's not going to do it. So they blew that off. And then the distributor said, even if we do it, Hollywood would be mad at us for doing it. So I didn't have distribution. Then the movie theaters were so expensive because you had to four-wall it. You couldn't do it the way Michael Moore did. My movie outsold every movie in the theater when I released it in 6 theaters. Every one, nationwide.
Crazy.
Wow.
And they wouldn't even talk about it. So that happened, and then I had theater owners tell me, I'm not going to show your movie. So I said, okay, I'll start a streaming service. So I started the Flick Fest, which is for independent film, the flickfest.com. It was for independent filmmakers, conservative filmmakers, anybody wanting to make a film that didn't want to go through Hollywood, that was not a Supergirl has to be gay because you think it's going to sell to placate the LGBT WTF. You remember that?
Yeah.
So anyway, that was the notion of it. But Hollywood didn't want to show it. Then I got Paul Gosar, Congressman Gosar, said, Kevin, let's show it up in D.C.
Love him.
Nancy Pelosi would not allow my theater to be shown in the Congressional Theater.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable.
Wouldn't do it.
I hate her.
Doesn't she have bigger things to do?
Exactly. And you know why? Because it would have been effective. It was a meaningful film. It told the
It's
truth.
so
On
meaningful,
against
you
the
guys.
agenda. Yeah.
And it's so great what it does because it's showing what the truth is about what police officers do and how this narrative is hurting our country, hurting law enforcement, and really keeping men out of that kind of work because they don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, it's just men there.
Sorry.
Misogynists.
Oh, whoa, misogynist.
Yeah, but whether look, it's what it is. It was the truth, and there was parts in the film where we showed bad cops, right?
Yeah.
So we didn't run from that, but we said, but overwhelmingly they're good. And one guy left being Sammy Davis Jr.'s drummer to be a cop in the heyday.
Wow.
Are you kidding? It's a calling. It's like teaching.
Yes.
And these guys aren't, they want money, but they're not out every day going, we want more money so we can get, summers off and different fall breaks and all this other stuff. These are guys that are willing to put themselves in harm's way, many times ex-military, et cetera. So it wasn't a tribute film, but it was a good, truthful film about hot zones that were happening at the time. Ferguson, Columbine, a movie theater. I forget the other places, but that's what we did. And Hollywood nixed it. Congress wanted to nix it. It was insane.
What's the agenda for trying to nix the truth? That's what I don't understand. I mean, you just said that you show in the movie that there's bad cops because that is the truth. You don't have your own agenda with the movie.
No.
The agenda is the truth, and it's weird that they're trying so hard to silence it.
But it's not. The thing is, it's not just Bleeding Blue. It's everything we've talked about. It's CRT in schools. They want to demoralize young white kids, demoralize black kids, make us think they're giving us something when they're not. So you look at any of the agendas, and Bleeding Blue is just a metaphor for it.
Yeah. Good job. Good call. So bleedingbluemovie.com, you guys.
I hope one day they finally see
Guys, we're back with She's So Right Show. I'm Brandie Barclay, my co-host Lindsey Graham, and the incredible conservative comedian and more Kevin Jackson in the studio. Wow, he's back.
You guys should see this guy. You think he sounds funny? You should see how funny he is.
Yeah.
He's got these hand motions going all the time.
So we were talking about freedom of speech because being an amazing comedian as he is and taking it on tour and kind of seeing what just happened with Dave Chappelle. What are your thoughts on that?
I think Dave's thing was very pointed, because the LGBT and specifically the T's of the LGBT gave Dave a lot of heck, right, over his and it was fun. It was unjustifiable because Dave Chappelle is in no way transphobic, and that's a misuse of the word, but using it the way people think of it. Right. He's in no way transphobic. Dave doesn't care about you one way or the other. He doesn't care who you have sex with, who you marry. You can have 14 wives. Dave doesn't care. It's just the way he is. But what it shows you is that once a group like that catches on to you, then it just becomes a rabid thing. And Dave, what's funny about Dave is he took it personal. You could tell it impacted him. The difference between me and Dave is I don't give a crap. If the transsexuals want to come after me,
Trannies.
I'm talking about NASCAR transitions.
Yes, of course, yeah.
Transmissions
Yes.
at that point. I wasn't talking about the transsexuals.
No,
I was thinking about my car.
Yeah.
You took it there.
I know, Lindsay
that
is out of
You know
control.
what? I was very inappropriate, and I apologize if I offended you.
Right. But seriously, if the T's and the LGBTQs, the WTFs want to actually get mad at me for something, get mad. Because at the end of the day, there's a part of me that I just flatly do not give a crap. That's just the way I was raised. And I told you guys I have 4 black belts because I ain't a pacifist. I will fight you verbally and I will fight you physically. Either way. So there's that. And a funny aside, I started the NGMW, which is the Not Gay Man Woman. And I got kicked off Facebook for my NGMW. We had our own flag. We had our own days. We had our own month. We had our own days at Disney World. Everything that the LGBT had.
And then people were coming out like, I'm not gay.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
So we outed Sly Stallone. We outed Dolph Lundgren. We outed.
Wait, this really happened?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we outed them as being not gay. I outed more people than you can imagine. I outed grandfathers that had like 6 children and 15 grandkids.
Whoa.
I outed them as being not gay.
Wow.
They would call my show and go, Kevin, I just want to let you
ready.
know I told the family I'm not gay. So I did this whole tongue-in-cheek thing about it, and my gay cousin loved it. Absolutely loved it. He called me and says, Kev, you are crazy. But it was at a time when everybody was coming out and they would say, you're so brave.
Oh my gosh.
And the story that got me was Jason Collins, black basketball player. And he came out as being gay. And Obama said before he did 2 things, he says he's the first professional athlete, basketball player to come out as gay. And he wasn't. It was a girl, Tiffany something in the WNBA who was openly gay. So he was not only a misogynist, but then he talked about this guy as being so brave. And this guy dated a girl for 2 years and didn't marry her, was engaged to her. Acted as if he gave a crap, and they're calling this guy brave. He's a coward. He should have said, I'm gay. I want nothing to do with you. This is only for show.
Yeah.
But he was concerned. And at that point, it broke, it's like me. Then my comedic brain goes to work, and I go, well, we just need our own group with our own initials.
Oh, my gosh. So funny.
I tried to tell Brandie we should have our first openly, straight pride
Yeah, the not
parade.
gay.
We're not allowed to be proud.
But she's like, well,
So one of the things that I
we
did
just
that
have
was
2 episodes. Let's just calm it down a little bit. I think that'd be hilarious.
Look,
You wanna lead it up, Kevin?
I had my own parade day, my month, my everything. Disney
would've
World.
gone.
I would when people were when it was not gay, when it was not gay week, gay pride week at Disney, I would make announcements that, hey, it's the not gay man woman year at Disney. And then I did a thing where I said, we stole the trannies. I was like, hey, look. The transsexuals don't necessarily mean you're gay. If you go from man to woman and you want to date a man, that doesn't make you gay. That means you're straight. So I called it the NGMWTQ at that point.
Alphabet soup.
Right. But that's the joke of it was, okay, you guys want to play this game? Because here's the thing. None of us care.
Right.
I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're transsexual. What I do care about is you always flaunting it in my face. So going back to comedy, right? Then what you can and can't say. And so one of my buddies, who's going to be on tour with me, he did a bit at Pepperdine. And
Oh, boy.
did I tell you this?
Oh, no, but I can just imagine.
Yeah, he did a bit. He was going to do 3 shows at Pepperdine. So Brad's there, and he does this. I mean, he's an amazing comic, and he writes this piece, and he says, he goes, college isn't university. He's like, oh my gosh. He goes, I remember the good old days. And he goes, and is it still the same that the Chinese kids are the smartest? You know?
Oh, my gosh, so great.
Yeah, and he's joking about it. And he's like, the curve busters, you call them. He goes, when my grandfather would say it was the old white kids, but no, not anymore. And he just does this whole tribute to Asian students, which we all know they're the ones breaking the curves,
Accusing
right?
you of being smart. Like,
Right.
that's not the meanest thing we could
Yeah,
say.
exactly. So anyway, he says, but holy cow, 2,000 years, you think you could have done something about your cutlery. Right? So, and he goes into this bit about he trying to eat with chopsticks and yada, yada, yada.
It's not politically correct, and that's the beauty of what you guys do.
Well, he killed it. The kids are laughing. And then he comes off, he calls his agent because he's checking to see what's coming up, but he's got these other two gigs, two sets. And he says, well, how do you think he did? And Brad's like, oh, man, killed it. Killed it. When you kill.
Yeah.
So he's like, I killed it. And he's like, man, people are coming up, they're getting selfies, and they're giving out my cards, they're buying my merch. And he goes, they canceled your next 2 shows.
Wow.
He goes, what?
Wow.
And he goes, yeah. And his agent goes, yeah. Did you do some like anti-Asian thing?
Unreal.
But that's what's happened.
It is. It is. The thing about it, I've always thought, I think I heard when I was young, that a sign of maturity is being able to make fun of oneself.
Absolutely.
I'm Hispanic, part Indian. I mean, my family, we've made fun of ourselves forever and ever. And it's funny to hear it come out of someone else's mouth because, there are stereotypes for a reason.
Well, there's another thing that comedy does. Comedy means you care, right?
Right.
If somebody says, does this dress make me look fat? And you go, no. What you're saying is, I don't care. But if you go, yeah, it does. Yeah. You're telling somebody in a clever, honey, I hate to tell you, but
It doesn't make you look fat. You are fat.
yeah. I don't call you muffin because you remind me of the baby. I don't call you muffin for nothing. So you can, but it is, and my best buddies. If you got a zit in your forehead, I'm like, hey, Cyclops. I'm going to laugh about it. If you were wearing clown shoes, I'm going to be, hey, man, what's up with those feet? I'm going to do that. And it's because I care. I notice I'm
Paying attention.
I'm paying attention. And also it means that I'll be playing with, you ever had this happen where you'll say something and somebody goes, well, if I knew you better, I'd say this, right? Because they're saying if I knew you better, I would joke with you about this thing. Yeah. That's it's a thing that embraces. It brings you in. Yeah. Right? But nowadays, man. So I got sick of it. I got fired for it wasn't comedy. I tweeted that the Kavanaugh accusers were lying skanks, which it is true.
And then he went and retracted and got fired.
I didn't retract.
No, I said you did it.
Oh, I thought you said I went. Yeah. But my joke of it was when Howard Stern, I was on his stupid show, and he and Robin are going, yeah. Then I'm thinking, you king of smut, and you're telling me about
say whatever he wants,
lying skank. And so I said to him, I go, well, you would think that Swetnick, after attending 10 gangbangs of Kavanaugh, would have said to her date, hey, after the third one, hey, how about we just do the movie tonight? Which I thought was hysterical.
After the third gangbang, she might have just,
I'm not really feeling
not really up for it.
Yeah, for some ice cream, actually.
Yeah, let's break the cycle a bit here.
Gosh.
So, but the point is that I don't. There's funny stuff about feminism. My sister gave her pregnancy test to a girlfriend who was faking pregnancy. She had 3 boyfriends, and she got them all to pay for an abortion.
Oh,
I think
stop.
I know. But so when I talk about skanks, I know them. You know, I know what they do. And here's there's an example.
My mouth is still on
I know,
the floor right
Brandie's
now.
still
I'm like,
looking.
what?
Yeah, and I could tell you more stories beyond that. So when I'm talking about this stuff, it's real life, and I'm not going to exclude it because somebody goes, "Oh man, well you offended my sensibilities." Well, you offend mine by saying I offend yours.
That's right.
You know, and you want to come back? Well, you offend mine by saying I offend yours by saying you offend mine by saying I offend yours. You know, I will keep it with the mirrors, right?
Yeah.
Until you see 15 million of me down there, because I'm going to keep coming back.
I don't understand why people are so excited to be offended by things. Could you imagine if
I have the
you
answer.
talked, why?
I have the answer.
Go,
Because one of
do
my
tell.
friends from Africa said to me, he says, Kevin, he goes, America is one of the only places in the world where they care about secondhand smoke. And I went, you're right. And what he was saying is, you have too much doggone time on your hands.
Oh, yeah.
Yep,
He goes,
they do.
Everything's too
in
good.
Africa,
It's
I'm
too good.
concerned
So you're-
about my clean water, my brownouts that won't let me use my computer. He's an IT guy. I'm concerned about life in general, all the things that you take for granted.
Yep.
One of my African buddies came over. He was a refugee. He comes over. We put him in a hotel, and he calls me up about 20 minutes later. Kevin. I said, what's up, OBK? He goes, the water. I went, the water? He goes, yes, it's running.
Aw.
He goes, I went, turn it off. He goes, I know. He goes, it's clear.
What?
Just
He
so
was-
happy.
He couldn't
So
believe he
happy.
had running water and it
Wow.
was
He'd be afraid it was
clear.
Perspective.
back.
Isn't that fantastic perspective?
Yeah, so you know when you, and here's the thing, and this is what I try to convey. When you have experiences, when you've traveled as much as I have, when you've done as much as I have, and you hear these little whiny, punk ass little, I'm sorry if you got to bleep that out, but little whiny kids, then I say to myself, you haven't lived. You don't know anything.
Yeah.
You have too much time on your hands. You're too spoiled. And look, if you've got kids, most people are guilty of some level of spoilage with their kids these days, including conservatives. Let them live. Let them make mistakes. Let them get dirty. Let them get in fights. Let them get their nose bloody. Let them have a hungry day. Tell them no at Christmas time for something or something big they want to get, because they're just so coddled that they forget that there's a real world out there with people facing real problems.
Right.
Yeah, there's no perseverance. And a lot of these little, like what we call snowflakes or little wimps, you know, they're these Ivy League schools on dad's dime, you know, yelling and crying about ridiculous things. Like you said, it's because they've been trained up in this school system now to be victims. And it's like, you're at an Ivy League school and you're the victim.
Well, think about this. They had the show Escaping the Palace. You guys remember this?
No.
Yeah. Meghan and Prince,
Oh, geez.
what's his face?
Harry.
Oh, yes,
Harry,
yes, yes.
escaping
Oh,
the
my
palace. Now,
That encompasses what we're trying to say.
oppression has reached
a palace.
royal levels,
Yeah.
where you are a royal. You don't have to pay for anything. Everything is done for you, and you're still talking about oppression. Oh my gosh, I was depressed and I couldn't talk about it because of whatever. Why can't you talk about it? You're the only one that's ever been depressed or oppressed or whatever. But the idea that Meghan Markle is talking about this nonsense, it just floors me.
And
And she's glorified for it. She's on Oprah.
yes,
They're
she's
glorified.
Brave. She's so brave for standing up.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
We are
crazy.
so happy to have you, Kevin.
Yeah.
We're
Hey.
going to have you back. And
I
you
just
guys,
want to come out on y'all's show. Okay, I'm not gay.
Oh!
Not gay.
Such an
Oh,
honor.
wow.
The world. I
Thank
hope you
you.
guys
I
all heard
appreciate
that.
it.
You heard it here first, folks.
KevinJacksonNetwork.com, BleedingBlueMovie.com.
the Kevin Jackson Network.
TheKevinJacksonNetwork.com. Check out BleedingBlueMovie.com. We're going to have you back this spring right before your unapologetically American comedy tour.
Woo. Yep,
Thanks, ladies.
Thank you, Kevin.
God bless you all.
God bless America.
It's Dylan's KC Barbecue at 4 Valley locations. Our sports bar in Arrowhead is packed with TVs for the ultimate sports fan. Our Wildlife World Zoo location will have you on the edge of your seat, dining right next to our 60,000-gallon shark tank. Dylan's Bayou at Pleasant Harbor has never-ending sunsets, beautiful people, and live music every weekend. And our newest location, Western Trails Ranch, is 12 acres of rodeo fun and live outdoor concerts for the entire family. It's Dylan's KC Barbecue, where we're elite, unique, and memorable.